Hello, Emily. How are you today?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. How's everything been at home?
You just jump right in, huh?
Well, I'm only asking because since we talked last week, I know that your main reason being here was because of stuff with your mother. I wasn't open with how stuff at home, but if you want to talk about school or anything else first, that's fine.
Well, school is great. I'm getting ready for the AP tests in the spring, and I'm feeling really good about them. I think that like my AP physics will be my hardest one. He's not really offering extras help sessions, and so I don't know. We don't have the money for like a special tutor, but maybe I'll form a study group. That's a good idea. Yeah, so school's great, and I think when I do like my college references, I'm not gonna have quite enough clubs, but not all colleges need that. I know you probably don't know, but they're like changing the course requirement or the entrance requirements. They want it to be like a little more authentic. So I'm a good writer. I'm feeling good about school.
Cool. Do you know where you want to go to college at?
Well, I'd like to go to like BC or maybe Tufts, but we don't really have the money, so I might try like Amherst, Dartmouth. I wouldn't have the money for Northeastern either, but that would be good too.
Cool. Do you know what you want to study?
I was thinking astrobiology. You know?
Sounds tough.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's like, if you're into space, and I'm pretty into space, like who's not into space?
Space is cool.
Right, then you just, you get to learn all about that stuff, and I think that there could be some important contributions to the future of our planet in that field.
Cool.
But that's what got to do well on that AP physics. I mean, it's just physics, but all the science are tied together.
So what got you into that type of stuff? You just always like space or science in general, or is that something you've recently kind of got into?
Well, I always like space and science, because who doesn't like space?
Right.
But like when I was little, I remember my dad and he like bought this telescope, and it was red, and it was like this long, and we used to like put it by the window, and he would pull down the screen so that the screen didn't make the little check pattern. We would like look for stuff, and he was always really good at finding the constellations or the stars, and I don't know, I really like doing that. So I thought, and then my teacher was talking about like different fields in science, and that was one he mentioned, and it kind of all came together.
Was your dad really into space? Or just that one time you guys happened to do something together?
Well, I think he liked space. Like he knew all the constellations, and he knew like stuff about black holes, and if there was a cool observatory, or like planetarium somewhere where we were on vacation, we would always go. So he was like more interested in it than other people, but not like,
right.
He wasn't like a science type.
He wasn't like super about space. He just knew. He
Right.
just liked it.
Right.
Cool. So that's something you guys did together when you were younger, as
Yeah.
far as just the telescope?
Yeah. I wonder where that telescope went.
So is that like is that like a memory you think about a lot?
No, I think about it sometimes.
I think maybe that's why you like space?
Yeah, he got me into it.
Have you told your mother about these plans?
Yeah, but she doesn't care. She's glad I want to go to college. But she always knew I was going to go to college because I'm good at school.
So she's not too worried about your schoolwork and stuff anyway?
No, she's worried about how we're going to afford college.
It's a real thing. College is expensive.
I know.
Especially if you want to go to Northeastern or Tufts or BC. Any of those schools. But
the UMasses are good schools too.
No, exactly, yeah.
I just kind of want to go somewhere different than where everybody else is going, but
I understand that I went to a school with a lot of my high school friends also went to, so I understand that feeling of wanting to branch out, be your own person.
Right.
Not follow the stigma that comes along with your high school or something like that,
Yeah. I just want it to feel new and better when I go to college.
Cool. So, outside of band and not band, orchestra, sorry, and orchestra, yeah. What and swimming because you're a swimmer. What else do you do for clubs and stuff? You said you were working on your resume and you're trying to
Yeah,
make it
well,
more unique.
you do like the application online. You know, you're probably too old to know, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you do it for like a lot of schools. Now, like there's one that you can send to a lot, but some schools still have their own parts. Anyway, so I just don't want to leave any section blank, and it would be good. Like sometimes they have activities and community service, and it would be good to have those two separate. But I don't know what I'm going to do for community service. Plus, it's getting kind of late. Like if you do it this late, it's obvious like you're just doing it for college. So I'm just thinking about that. I have an appointment with the guidance counselor on Wednesday to discuss what we're going to do, what she thinks. She's kind of an idiot, though, so I don't know. If she says I should do some community service, I'll probably do it. But if she says I shouldn't, then I'll think about it some more.
Do it anyway.
Well, I could do it anyway, but then I need the car, and Mom doesn't get home from work until like 5:30, and then there's always the thing about the car and dinner and all that. So I mean, you'd think if I was going to do community service, like help kids with cancer or something, she'd give me the car, but with my mom, you can't be sure.
What's wrong with your guidance counselor? Why do you think she's an idiot? Or he? Just wondering for my own
For one thing,
curiosity.
she's broken her ankle like 3 times in the last 4 years, so she doesn't even know how to walk.
Understood.
So there's that.
Not necessarily has to do with your sessions together.
Well, it just feels like she's not really current on her information, and that she spends a lot of time listening to like sniveling girls like cry in her office. Girls are just in there for attention. They're not really like, they don't have real problems, you know? Like, I was gonna say it's not like someone died, but
right.
So they're just, you know, the whiny kids. Anyway, and so she's like canceling sessions because something has come up with them. And I don't know. Like when she's in the cafeteria on lunch duty, she flails her hands around all the time. Don't do this. And it's just not effective. Like, we're almost adults. Stop. So I think other kids like think she's fine, but I kind of just feel like.
Have you ever had any good sessions with her?
Other than the ones she cancels?
Yeah.
Had some tolerable sessions with her, but she talks too much too, so she just goes on and on.
Well, I know you talked about how the other whiny students are all talking about their problems. Have you ever gone to her with anything going on with you outside of school?
No self-respecting student goes to her for help. She's not that kind of counselor. Let me explain how it works at school. Mm-hmm. Okay, you've got like the guidance counselor. Her job is like to put you in classes in the summer and to help people figure out college stuff if she has time. Then you have the school adjustment counselors, and I think they probably know what's going on for real. But there are like 2 of them, and they're for the whole school, and they're really busy, and they're busy with people with like real problems. Not the wing problems. Right. Like real Like my mom hits me and smokes crack. Like, and I think they probably do a good job. And they run some groups. Like they had a depression group, and they had like an eating disorders group and some other stuff. And I mean, I'm sort of interested in going just to like see what it's like. But I don't really qualify. They never asked me. So yeah. So there's them, and then there's like all the people in charge of discipline who you can go to if you have a problem, but nobody ever does because all they do is yell. You know, the principal, the dean of students, the assistant principal, all those people. And they're probably good people, like, but yeah.
So, out of all those people you just named, have you ever gone to any of them for anything? Outside of, you know, adjusting your schedule and little guidance counselor type tasks, or?
When I was a freshman, I reported bullying on the bus to the principal, and man, did that become a hassle.
Why is that a hassle?
Because I reported a bullying incident, like another kid bullied another kid, and so you're supposed to report it to an adult or say stop doing that, but it wasn't like really a good time to say stop doing that, so I didn't. So I told the principal, and then like all the kids in the bus get hauled in, I get hauled in, everybody gets talked to one at a time about what's going on, and it was just unbelievable. It was like, just call little Jacob douchebag's mom and tell him to stop being a jerk and call it a day. I never actually see that kid anymore anyway, because now he's in all the CP classes and I'm not, so.
So do you feel like you kind of wasted some people's time by doing that? Or
they wasted their own time. I did what I was supposed to. They just don't know how to manage. Like adults with their head and their, you know what, like.
Okay. So, if you don't go to anyone at school with your own personal problems, do you ever talk to anyone else about them? Maybe your mom or...
Oh, yeah. Mom, I have a hangnail.
Well, no. I mean,
So get the nail clippers.
real personal problems.
What? I don't have personal problems. Or I guess I do, and it's my mom.
You never get into arguments with friends or anything like that? Or make a bad decision on the weekend that you don't know if you should tell somebody about or not tell somebody, but, you know, if you did have to tell somebody who was, like, almost an adult but isn't really an adult, like an older sibling or someone, you know, someone you trust that you tell things to. Someone who, like, when you're in a rut, you go to them and be like, listen, I need your help. This is why. Don't judge me. But this
My
is why.
friends and I are pretty chill. I mean...
So your friends, those are who you go to?
Yeah, I don't really think of it like going to
Right,
them.
you
but
just
we're
spent
like, yeah.
normal
I'm
time.
like, can you believe what my mom just did? Seriously, again.
Hmm.
And they're like, I know. Parents such pains in the asses. And I'm like, I know. And then I'm like, just the other day, I was like, can you believe she's making me go back to that therapist guy? And they were like, actually, everybody was like, yeah, my mom too. So that was hilarious because nobody had talked about it yet, but all of our parents were making us go to therapy. You guys must be making a lot of money off this.
No. But that's not the point. So why, I mean, I'm not interested in why everyone else had to go to therapy, but do you think that this is all just like a ploy to get you guys to talk to somebody, or do you think that you guys are actually struggling with actual issues?
Well, now that you're making me think about it, I think maybe our parents are outsourcing parenting.
Interesting theory.
You know, because like we didn't all know that about each other. We've all only been going like a couple times, sort of a new thing, and it's got that.
Why do you think a parent would outsource parenting?
Because they suck at it. You've heard my mom on the phone.
They suck at it, or you guys are tough?
I was a normal teenager. I get good grades. I play the violin. I'm first seat. I work hard. I have a bright future. Yada, yada, yada. Could be a lot worse. I could be like smoking crack and blowing it out the window.
I mean, you don't smoke crack, but you get caught with marijuana.
The one time.
One time they caught you.
Could have been the first
It could
time.
have been. But the way you just said that makes me think it wasn't. That's not the point. I'm not
What do
here.
they say on TV? I take the fifth.
I plead the fifth. Something like that. Not the point. That's not the point either. The point isn't to shame you for using marijuana or ask you how many times you've used it. That's not the point. The point is I'm just trying to look for when I'm not here, which is a lot because you don't want to come to me. You're forced to come to me, which I use that word lightly because I have a feeling you don't really mind it as much as you act like you do. Who do you talk to? And like you said, I know you talk to your friends, but I guess I'm just looking for like who your support system is. Because you're saying that you and your mother, correct me if I'm wrong, you get along as far as school and stuff, but as soon as it comes to personal issues and personal, we'll call them lifestyle choices, you guys don't see eye to eye. So I'm wondering, when you're going through a tough time and you really need to talk to somebody, if it's not me, who are you talking to?
My friends.
Okay. Good. So I guess my next question is, can you think of a time that you went to your friends when you really needed them that, they helped you out a lot? and this is obviously all confidential, so even if it's something that you don't, your mother will not know about it, even if it's something that she doesn't know about. As you know. Just reminding you.
Well, I mean, like, definitely after the marijuana issue with the joint that my mom found and everything, like, we definitely talked about it then because I was so mad and I didn't know what she was going to do. And my friends were just like, dude, she sucks. We just won't get high for a couple weeks. That seemed good.
Okay.
But like, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. What are you saying?
I mean, it sounds like you think like I have a big secret, like I had sex and didn't tell anyone. But the thing is, I didn't.
No.
I definitely told everyone.
No, that's not what I was aiming at all. I mean, I'm just trying to grasp, like, from your point of view, like, who you see as, your support system, which you're saying is your friends. Okay, so knowing that you had this talk after you got caught with the marijuana about, what happens next, right? What about, can you name another time you've gotten in trouble besides that? Or when something hasn't gone right and you just needed to either vent or just outside of the marijuana thing?
Yeah, well, like every day with my mom, right?
Okay.
Something every single day.
Okay. So think of like a latest experience we can use as an example.
Yesterday, she told me to cook dinner. I put 2 TV dinners in the microwave and brought one out to her. That didn't go over well.
Why not?
That's not what she meant by cooking dinner. So she should have been more specific. Also, those are expensive. Well, then she shouldn't buy them. So I'm a failure at cooking dinner.
I mean, that's, from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like it's your fault. You didn't know. Unless you're being facetious and leaving out some details, which I'm not saying you are.
She didn't say cook dinner from scratch, so I didn't. TV dinners are okay sometimes.
But did you know that she didn't mean TV dinners?
I had the sense that this might not be the night for that.
The sense. Like the sixth sense, like you just knew for some reason.
Like, I knew after I took the first TV dinner out of the box and cut the cellophane that maybe what she meant was for me to make, like, real food, like rice and beans or salad or something. But, I'd already taken it out of the box, so, like, it's done.
Screw it, right? Yeah,
Right.
Might as well.
Well, she's just going to yell at me for wasting it then, so. So, like, and I definitely maybe could have had my headphones off when I was talking to her about dinner. But I can read her lips fine.
So you weren't really listening?
Well, how many ways is there to hear make dinner now?
No, you just told me 3. Just from what you said. I mean, I could be wrong, but sounds okay. So you tried. We'll say you tried.
I did not try.
You put effort.
And then she's like, "You're so smart. You're so smart. Why are you always doing this kind of stuff? Blah 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 blah. You're half as smart as you act. Blah 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 blah." And I'm just like, just eat your freaking chicken.
You get all A's, right?
Yeah.
So you think maybe she knows you're capable of cooking dinner?
I just want to point out that schools cut home ec way before I was in high school.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So on paper, you're not.
Right.
You don't have experience creating dinner. However, I have a feeling that she's not asking you to do a task you've never done before without any instruction.
Well, how hard is it really to make rice and beans?
Apparently, it's hard enough that it's easier to put something in the microwave.
It just takes a long time. The kind of rice we have takes 55 minutes to cook.
That is a long time. And effort is few and far between these days, especially the teenagers.
But I have homework to do, people to talk to and everything.
You're busy.
And the timer's broken, so I have to watch the 55 minutes on the clock, and we have to eat this rice because it's the rice we have. But rice isn't even that expensive. I don't understand why we just can't buy the faster rice. I don't even like beans anyway.
Did your dad used to make the rice?
What? No.
Oh. Well, you said your dad used to make the food last time.
Yeah.
That's all. And you said you missed his cooking.
Yeah.
You don't like having to do the cooking.
No. I mean, so yeah, I guess he made the rice, but he probably bought the right rice.
So do you guys just go back and forth about who's gonna make dinner every night and just?
Well, there's like supposed to be a schedule, but then like a mom will come home late from work one day, and so then she'll text me that I have to cook that day, and it's not like my day, and then so then we're supposed to trade, and she won't want to trade because she's freaking tired, and so then it's like I'm supposed to do it every single day, and on her days, if she's late home, she can make microwave dinners, but I can't make microwave dinners on my days because I apparently have nothing better to do than cook. See? It's bullshit.
Okay.
So while it is true that I technically knew she was looking for a more interesting dinner than a microwave dinner, which do suck and are expensive, there's just a lot more going on. It's not my fault.
So you say there's a lot more going on. What do you mean by that?
She come home from work on time. She could make dinner on her night.
So now you're saying that it's her job's fault?
No, I'm saying she's always on me about being responsible, and part of responsibility is being on time, and I don't see her on time. She's setting a bad example. Maybe that's why I'm always late home for my curfew.
So you feel like she's setting a bad example for you?
I think
For
in
real,
terms
though.
of time. Oh, come on.
In terms of time?
Like, she's not. She's just my mom. Everybody's, like... She's, like, trying. We're all trying. We need to cut each other some frickin' slack. She needs to give me the car keys more. You know? I get it. It's hard for her. But, like, she doesn't have to take it out on me. We're all just trying to get by.
How would it be different if your dad was here?
He would cook dinner. Also, we would have 2 cars.
What happened to their car?
Well, we had to, like, sell some extra stuff.
So do you think everything would be better if your dad was here?
Well, not everything. I'm sure I'd still be late home for curfew.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? You're a teenager, right? It's
Right.
normal.
But then I'd have a later curfew because he would stay up and wait for me.
You ever talk to your friends about your dad?
No one talks about dads. Nobody talks about their dad.
Even when he passed away, you didn't talk about him at all?
Well, it was like, oh my gosh, that's so sad. And I talked to, like, my one friend a little bit about it, but nobody wants to, like, talk about how sad you are all the time. What's the point of that?
Well, I'm just wondering because you said they were your support system. I'm wondering how they supported you through that.
Dude, they're kids.
I know.
Maybe you should haul them down to the guidance office and ask them.
No, I don't know. It's not in my interest. But so you said you talked to your one friend. Do you consider them your best friend?
Like, at the time, I felt a little closer to Ashlyn than the other friends. Because, like, her grandma had died, and she was all really, really sad about that. But it turns out a grandma dying and a dad dying is not really the same thing. So, you know, she, like, let me talk about it a bit, and then we moved on.
So you guys had the loss of a loved one in common, though, right?
Yeah. But the grandma,
Right. No, it's definitely not the same.
yeah. It's kind of like saying, like, oh yeah, my dog died. I hate it when people say that. Oh, that sucks. Your dad died? My dog died last year. And I'm just like, can you hear yourself? You seriously think, I mean, I get it. I love dogs too, but it's a freaking dog. It's not your dad.
It's not a comparison.
For one thing, it didn't make dinner for you. Like, no.
It's not a fair comparison for you, obviously.
No. But people, you know, they just say what they know.
Have you talked to her at all ever since those couple times about it? Or,
Ashlyn?
yeah, about your dad or her. Does she ever bring up her grandmother and then you feel like, you know, maybe you can talk about your dad a little
Like,
bit?
sometimes I say stuff about my dad, like, I don't know, like, like if somebody suggests like a movie, I might be like, oh, that was my dad's favorite movie, and then everybody looks at me like, you mean your dad's favorite movie? And I'm like, yeah, all right, let's watch it. Or like,
So you feel like everyone's kind of shying away from the conversation.
yes,
It's definitely not an easy one, right?
right. There's kids. Nobody wants to talk about somebody else's dead parent. And Ashlyn does bring up her gram sometimes, but mostly because her mom's really sad that her gram